be late, right? I can be late.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh my God. So it turned into a mess because I had my Vine to Wine tour this morning at 11. And then my mom and I just had lunch there while we were there. And then we headed back home and it was nothing but freaking traffic on a Saturday. The whole damn way. Like rush hour style traffic. It was awful. And then I was going to text you, but then my phone died. So then I have my mom find you on Facebook. But as you can tell, I mean, it's not easy to find you on Facebook. Let's just put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, just search through my friends. And then I remembered I have my privacy settings set in such a way that you can only see who you're friends with me mutually. So you and my mom need to be friends on Facebook, I guess.
So let's remedy that right now. I'll find your mom and befriend her on Facebook.
Okay. Good grief.
It's funny.
So because we spend a lot of it outside and we just came off of a really like nasty storm this morning. And so it's still very windy. And so like my hair is just a mess. So
that's funny.
Oh, it's a normal day on the highway I was on too. Like the highway that I was on is just a mess. So anyway, yeah. And so my angle's a little different because guess what, y'all? I got a shiny new computer. And because I want to show it off, it's on top of my desk, which means all of my monitors both of my monitors have to be pushed a little bit to the side. And so now my camera is like on just the side of this monitor right here. Like it is literally right next, like not centered at all. So anyway, new computer. I am trying the keyboard that it came with. But it's not as loud as my other keyboard, which makes me sad because we like the clicky clackety. Though I do like the feel of this mouse better than my old mouse. So
I have found your mother on Facebook.
You found my mother, her actual account or the other one?
Maybe. I don't know. She's got two.
Is it her real name?
Yes.
Okay, that's her other. So because she also uses Facebook under her pen name.
I had to go through Dylan.
That doesn't surprise me. He probably has her pen name as a friend too. You know her pen name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to find that too.
Just befriend them all. I will collect all of your mother.
Hello, Miss Nova. I know. I was yelling at Nova because I was like, I need to get downstairs. And she was just constantly in my way. And then this trade war with Canada is killing me, man. Because then I get down to my computer and I turn it on and it's like, you don't have internet. And I'm like,
internet who?
Yeah. And so I'm like, this is so frustrating. So now I'm on my hotspot, my phone's hotspot. Because my phone is now charging because it died. But I am using the hotspot. So let's hope for the best. Because it will not, my computer will not right now connect to my regular internet. I'm curious if it will. Okay, there might be a blip in my connection because I'm going to try to connect to the internet again, the actual internet. Hold on. Am I back yet?
No. You're Robo Brit.
It came off and then put back on. Did I everything? Oh. Did I just mess everything up? Or are we
No,
back?
I think we're good.
Okay,
think we're good.
perfect.
I think we're good.
You're a
Looks
little
like we're
frozen
good.
for me. I don't know what's happening, but anyway, so now I'm on regular internet, which is apparently still a piece of crap because it's trade war with Canada. Why am I paying for other people's sins?
You know, we all have to find out, I guess. Multiple Brits, yes.
I don't know how that's going to ever happen again. I mean, that's not fair. I still have my laptop. But oh my gosh. Yes, my problem with the computer and why I have a new shiny computer. Who wants to hear that story time real quick?
Why not? We've got time.
Good Lord. Oh, jeez. The internet is not working for me today.
If it doesn't die on you. Oh, you have frozen, my dear.
But I am not in the mood right now. I'm so not in the mood for you. There.
Okay, I'll just sleep, I guess. Bye.
Whoa, you sound like a robot still. For me.
Hello. Beep bop boop.
Okay, now robot. I think we're good. I think we're back normally now. Okay, so my drama with the computer. So as you guys know, when last we left Britt, she was on her laptop. Computer was dead. So that day I brought it into the Geek Squad. Now, mind you, I live close enough to the corporate campus. Yes, corporate campus, not corporate headquarters. It's literally called corporate campus. That I go to their flagship store in Richfield, Minnesota. That I live close enough that I can go there. So that's the one I go to because it's supposed to be the best. So on Monday, and Monday night they sent me a text like, your computer is ready. And I was like, that's fast, because they were gonna like upgrade to Windows 11, and then first they had to see if they could upgrade my computer to Windows 11, and then upgrade to Windows 11, and then sorry, I got distracted. People are IMing me or messaging me about hopefully buying my old computer off of me for parts. Where was I at? Somebody offered me $20 for it.
Embarrassing.
And I'm like, I could get more melting it down into like the metals. Mm-hmm. Anyway. So anyway, and then they were going to put in a new hard drive because they think that's what happened. They think my hard drive went. So put in, instead of an HDD, put in an SSD. Do I have that right?
Yeah. Yeah, because the HDD is like the big chunky guy.
Can you hear me?
And I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Am I here?
Hello?
Do I exist?
I think so.
Okay.
Are we struggling again?
I don't freaking know anymore, Kay. Today started out so great. I was so happy when I was at Shram. That's the winery I went to. So I went to do a vine to wine tour at a winery for a reason. Multiple reasons, but one in particular, which we'll talk about later. But yeah, so they were gonna do all of that. So they were gonna replace my hard disk drive to a solid state drive, and after upgrading to Windows 11 and all this stuff. But I knew that I had to pay for parts. So I'm part of their rewards program. So the labor itself is free. And well, you pay $180 for it a year, but the labor is free. But I had to pay for the parts. So I still would have had to have paid for the new solid state drive. And so it was just weird that they were like, your computer's ready, without telling me what it was going to cost. I was like, fully intentionally knowing I'm going to go to Best Buy and they're going to say, couldn't upgrade to Windows 11. You're screwed. You need to buy a new computer. No, the guy says, we didn't do anything to your computer. Why? Because we opened it up and there was an infestation of dead crickets. So that there can't be an infestation of dead crickets. What are you talking about? like, what? And they're like, well, there were dead crickets in your computer. And I was like, okay, your point? What? I'm confused.
Like
And
you,
then
you
they're like, no, it's considered an infestation. It's a safety protocol. It's safety protocol. And I was like, why are dead crickets unsafe? There is no zoonotic disease that you can get from dead crickets. There are no zoonotic diseases you can get from crickets. I don't understand. So they called over a manager, and this manager is looking at me like, yeah, your point. What do you want? What do you want me to do about it? And I was like, you could show a little bit of empathy. And his literal words to me were, why would I show you empathy?
what? What?
Because you work in customer service, friend? Like, I understand that we are hating on Gen Z, not really, but like we were hating on Gen Z for the Gen Z stare. But this guy was like my age. He was probably a younger millennial. I mean, I'm an older millennial, but still not the point. But still, like, either he has really bad skincare or is like a younger millennial, right? That's my point. So, and even buying this was a journey mentally. So Kay remembers that because I was sending voice memos like crazy, being like, I think they blacklisted me from this Best Buy. Anyway. So I'm like, whatever. They give me back my computer. They didn't even put it back together. They didn't even put it back together.
What?
They gave it back to me in a, like, it took 3 garbage bags to put my computer into a garbage bag, essentially. And then the guy puts a little tiny Ziploc bag with the screws that hold the side panel together, plops it down and says, here are your screws. Yeah. Oh, and they did not give me back my power cord.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So before I left, I told the manager, I'm like, I'm going to call Best Buy corporate. He goes, good, do it. Yeah. Yeah. So as a manager, Kay, would you ever say that?
No.
Even if you know you are in the right with
No.
a policy, would you ever say that?
No, I'd be like, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, but here's our number if you still want it. Like,
Right.
no.
So I'm like, as the Gen Zers will say, bet. And by God, I did contact corporate.
As you should. What in the world?
So I spent the next few days. Well, after it was like over a weekend. So it was actually that following Monday that all of this finally kind of started being put together. And I was talking with corporate for a few days, and they were like, and I even like took my computer out of the bag and showed them the inside. There were 3 crickets, 3 dead crickets, 3. And they wouldn't work on it. And what makes it worse is when I got it back to the store. So corporate then contacted the store and they were like, no, you need to work on the computer. If she cleans it out, will you work on it? They're like, yeah, that's fine. So that's when I finally opened it because I wasn't going to touch it. I even filmed myself opening it because I wanted, if I needed to like do the like real petty social media kind of video of being like, this is how Best Buy treats their customers, I was going to fucking do it. Right. So I even filmed myself opening it, which is still on my phone. I'm probably not going to do anything with it because they eventually gave way. Right. So anyway, so I opened it up and I was like, I don't see anything in here. And then that's when I noticed on the side panel, there was a little like piece that like holds the side panel to the computer.
Yeah.
And there were 3 dead crickets in that little area. So I cleaned those out. So when I bring it back, so they set it up so it's like that following Monday, whatever, I get to bring it in finally and actually have it done. And the same guy that checked me in the first time checked me in this time. He's like, he was like, this is bullshit. They should have, like, I got a weird little talking to. Like, we couldn't have checked that in. Why'd you check it in? You should have checked it in. And it's like, people don't open their computers. We're gonna find dead bugs and shit like that in their computers. And I was like, I understand. Like, I could understand if they had opened up my computer and found living roaches.
Mm-hmm.
That I can understand, especially in the state of Minnesota, where we don't just have roaches hanging out in hotel rooms. Not speaking from experience in Texas or anything. That was a fun morning. The morning of the eclipse, and I go take my shower after my workout, and I'm like, "What is that on the floor? It's a cockroach!" And I just put a glass over it. I was like, "We have a cockroach."
It's like, oh, okay.
I'm sure that cockroach probably died as soon as they cleaned out the room, but I didn't want to kill him. Anyway, so I can understand if they opened up my computer and found living cockroaches, because those can actually infest.
Mm-hmm.
Fully get it. Fully understand that. You know, dead crickets. And my mom's immediate reaction was, why would there be dead crickets in your computer? And I'm like, because I have 4 leopard geckos. Like, I'm surprised there were only 3.
Right?
I was expecting to open it up and all of a sudden be like, oh my God, there are like 100 in here. Because I have had that computer since 2018.
Yeah. So the fact that there were only 3 is amazing.
I mean, I'm impressed. So I bring it over there. And the manager that they told me to contact came over, and he was like, yeah, well, I'm just supposed to inspect it, make sure that it looks clean enough for them to check it in. And I was like, okay, sounds good. So I take off the side panel again, because I never connected the side panel ever again, because it's still not, because I'm just, as a matter of fact, the screws are still in that same little Ziploc bag. There's like, there's your screws. They're still in that same little Ziploc bag because I've not touched them. Anyway, so I was like, I opened it up and he was like, yeah, everything was fine. And then the guy that checked me in both times, he was like, yeah, apparently they saw 1 cricket right here. And I even corrected. It was like, there were 3. Because I'm not trying to get away with anything. Like, literally.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so I'm just like, this is such utter bullshit. Utter bullshit. So I leave my computer with them again. And about a day later, they contact me and they're like, yeah, so we can't get it started up again. It's a total like replacement at this point. Like, there's nothing we can really do. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So they gave me back. They didn't put my hard drive back in, which is fine, obviously, because they pulled stuff off of my hard drive. And they gave me back my hard drive and they gave me back the computer. So that makes it a lot easier to sell it for parts, because I don't have to take the hard drive out. It's already out. But yeah, so then I went and started looking at computers, and I had found one that I was going to buy off of Amazon, but I was like, but I would rather have it so I can set it up over the weekend. So this is now last weekend. And so I went to Best Buy and I found this. I went to the same Best Buy. That manager and I made eye contact with each other. I am still convinced, considering how that visit at that Best Buy went, that he probably went to literally everybody in the computer department and was like, don't work with her. Because I kid you not, I stood there for like 25 minutes. People made eye contact with me that worked there. People walked literally right by me. Like, if I had stepped even a little bit back or a little bit over, I would have run into them. And not a single person was like, do you have any questions? Can I help you with that computer? As I was like looking at the computer and like typing on it and like making it very clear that I was curious about this computer. One person walked behind me and went, all right, well, I guess nobody's going to help. And nope. I saw a whole gaggle of workers just off to the side, like 10 feet. all of them just sitting around talking. They could have been having a meeting, I suppose, but I don't know. So I was like, okay, screw it. So I left and I bought it from Egan instead. They helped me there. God. This whole computer thing
My
just
goodness.
turned into a fiasco. So now I have this beautiful glass case computer.
Yay.
And it's pretty.
It is pretty.
It's so pretty.
It is pretty. It's prettier than mine.
Yeah. Anyway, so putting it together was also quite an interesting feat because it's a glass case computer, right? So it had foam on the inside that I had to take apart the side panel here on this side, and every single one of these this brand is different. And so even when I looked at a YouTube video on how the company itself said to disconnect to take that foam out, even that was like, but that's not how it works for mine.
Oh no.
Yeah, so there are screws on the top and screws on the back to take off this side panel. So I had to take off a total of like 6 or 7 screws.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Mine's just 4.
Yeah. It does actually. It does change color. So it kind of reverts like to different different rainbow colors. So you'll see it if you watch it enough, you'll see how the hue is kind of changing over time. And Kay is waving to themselves in the glass. So it does. It changes colors, and I love it. I don't know if I can control how it changes colors, but I've not cared because it's just beautiful the way it is.
I know mine does. It's got like a little button on the case itself.
I mean, that might be what this little button does. Should I press it?
What does it look like? Like, what's the little...
I don't know. You're asking me questions about something that is dark over here.
Oh.
I know it's not the power button.
It might be. I don't... What is mine? Is it like a little sun? Did we lose Britt? We may have lost Britt. Oh no. Britt pushed a button. Britt should have pushed the button. Britt broke everything. R.I.P. Oh dear. Oh dear. I don't have my light on. I probably should. What if I did this? Oh, we fully lost her. No. Okay, welcome everybody to my stream. Hee hee ha ha. Please ignore the mess in the background. I need more Dr. Pepper. I do not have enough. It's all gone now. Also, I'm wearing this shirt. I'm excited for next weekend. I'm going to one of the sing-alongs. Hey! We're excited. Let me make sure she didn't message me. No, she did not. Okay. This is fine.
Okay, am I back?
Oh! We see you.
Am I back? Can you hear me?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Am I back?
I think
okay,
so.
Perfect. Apparently that restarts the computer. It doesn't shut it down, it restarts it. So that's what that button does. You learn in real time what that button does in my computer.
Why does your computer have a restart button?
Ask Power Cyber PC.
Okay. Hey, Power Cyber PC. Why is there a restart button? You dorks. Everybody knows you just hit the power button.
Just
My goodness. My goodness. It does? I guess mine's not fancy enough.
well, see, I'm
Mine
not
is
alone.
also
Perfect.
mine is also 8 years old, so maybe that's why.
Watch out, mine was 8 years old. So
Yes, but also I put mine together.
When was
It's not a
2008?
pre-built or anything. So like I have a little faith.
That's
The
one thing
computer
I was
that I
considering at that point.
because it's like the computer that I put together like 13 whatever years ago is still running. So I have a little bit of faith. I think you froze. Nope. Oh,
Anyway,
hello?
no, I was staring. Did I freeze? I mean, you're not frozen. Can you hear me?
Yes. You're like periodically
Oh,
freezing.
okay. Because you're not freezing for me at all. That's weird.
That is so weird. Maybe it's me. Is it me? I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. What if I have sparkly duck? Sparkly duck will not stay. Sparkly duck stays.
Anyway, so that was my computer drama and why I have a new computer. They're coming to find the manager at Best Buy.
That
I heard
is
sirens.
so wild. Just, my goodness.
Yeah, I was absolutely shocked that how I was treated at Best Buy at their like corporate location, like
The
their
flagship.
corporate store. Literally
Flagships.
a block
No.
away from corporate campus.
No.
Yeah. So if you ever find yourself in the Twin Cities, don't go to Field Best Buy, I guess.
I guess they'll be the manager will be like, yeah, you should call corporate. Like what?
I was shocked.
Like what?
Like the retail manager in me that still exists in my heart was like, did you really just say that?
Right? Like
I would have written somebody up for saying like that.
right? Like no. That's on the no list.
Oh, I did.
As you should.
I mean, I'm game.
Mischief.
I'm game. Mischief and shenanigans. I'm game. Oh my God. Yeah, it was just it's been an interesting month for me because, well, not quite month because it's not been exactly a month since our last live stream, but a month would be next week, I think. But still, since our last live stream, my life's gone even crazier. So anyway, do you all like my moving boxes?
I do.
Theoretically, this is the last time we'll be down here.
Ooh.
According to my parents, we will be switching units. I still think it's clear I own the house and still live in the mother-in-law suite.
Illegal activities.
Supposedly, depending on when we have our live stream next month.
Yeah, I'll have to check and see.
Supposedly, because yeah,
I didn't.
Because that's a you thing. For period, whenever I'm trying to go to Shram. Oh, you did see it.
I see y'all.
Why is Vegas taking forever to load? And then you said, I said, think it had to do with the fact that my computer was dying. And then you said, the coin says flip coin. Yes.
The coin did say yes.
Funny. Perfect. Because I load up Vegas and it seconds to make it.
Oh my god, you're a robot.
And
You're a robot. No.
Am I a robot?
You are a robot.
Hello. Hello.
Beep bop boop. Robo Brit. Beep bop boop.
Turns out I'm a Cyberman.
I knew it. Exterminate.
You don't know any. That is not Cybermen.
I know it's not.
That is.
I know
Daleks.
it's not.
You haven't watched enough Doctor Who yet.
I've watched some. I am human. Bleep blorp. Oh no. Did we lose? We've lost Brit again.
There you go.
This is fine. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, she's Robo.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
There we go. See, there you go. That's what Cybermen say. Deleted. There we go.
Oh, so one's deleted, one is exterminated.
Okay. Am I back now? Am I normal-ish?
Ish? I think. I don't know.
Am I normal now?
Nope, you're not.
Oh
my god. It's a struggle.
The trade war with Canada is gonna kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Maybe no internet for Brit.
No internet for me. Not until the orange was out of office and stop these damn tariffs.
Would be nice.
Oh my goodness. Anyway. So yeah. How's everyone else doing?
I'm doing
Do I
great.
sound normal yet?
Kinda. Kinda, sorta.
Bangs are crazy. It's fine.
It keeps just
I'm
randomly
fine.
hiccuping. It's fine. This is fine. Don't worry about it.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Wondering if I shouldn't have switched off of my hotspot.
I feel like you should go back to your hotspot. It was
Let me
somehow
go
more
back to my hotspot and see what happened.
It was more, it like took a second, but then it became stable. You got a new phone case. Nice. What spot? I have ducks. Quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack. I'm so annoyed the duck crane machine up at work is full of octopuses, which of course I bought some. They squish. They're very squishy. Very squishy. So squishy. Very squishy. I also have a bingo ball. Very fluffy. It bounces too. Very well. Bounces very well. I have a shark. It squeaks. I'm not going to squeak it because it's really loud squeaker, but it squeaks. It's short. This is show and tell with Kay. I also have a box of crayons by me for no reason. Right? It's an octoquack. I have a sprinkles one. I really wanted the sprinkles one. I don't know if you could see it very well. It's a little bright right now. What if I do this? What if I move this over and then I do this? Ah, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Oh, speaking of. Little heart duck. I moved the thing over to the left, so that's why I'm looking over this way. Poke, poke. I don't know anymore. I have two of these. Why do I have two of these? they different colors? Wait. Oh, they are different. Okay. They're slightly different. Just a little bit. It's dark in here, so I can't tell that there's a difference. But there's a difference. Oh my goodness. Gracious me. Amazing. That's really it. I feel like I should have my little dragon guy on my microphone. He is the physical personification of my D&D character's little dragon pet. Dragon pet doesn't do anything. I could have, but new Funko Pop toy. Did I get a new one? What was the last one that I got? Let me see. What was the last one that I got? I think the last one that I got is behind me. They're right there. You can't tell. There's Godzilla ones down there. And then there's a Quaxley right here. The Agatha meme winking face. And then the Shigo is the newest one. We'll see if it... There we go. This is the latest Funko Pop that I bought. It's exclusive. I almost got another Funko Pop the other day. It was the Cowboy Shadow. I think it was the summer convention version, but it was like $15. And I'm like, I need to cut back on my spending. But yeah, so this is the most recent. The last one that I bought is this one. She's cool. She glows in the dark. Yeah. I've been buying a lot more dice recently than Funko Pops, which is good and bad because also, you know,
I'm losing my mind.
Maybe don't do that. We're doing show and tell.
Fun.
My dice are so far away.
Huh?
I said my dice are so far away. Otherwise, I'd be like, here's all my dice. I'll buy you one of the blind bag ones. They're so much fun. They come with stickers. Oh.
I know, you are so frustrated. It's fine. I am too.
We're all a little frustrated.
Do I at least sound better at this point?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so should we talk about the goals that we had last time?
You were out of my ear for a second.
How dare you?
I know. I couldn't reach my bag of dice.
Should we talk about our goals from last time?
I think we should introduce ourselves.
Oh, shoot. We haven't even introduced ourselves. Gosh,
no, we haven't.
Hello, everyone. My name is Britt, and apparently I have nothing but internet problems. I'm a contemporary romance author. I wrote this. Buy it. It's called Deepwater. It's 2 love stories in one, dual romance. We love to see it. But you got Lori and Justin who fall in love, and you got Ryan and Derek who fall in love. And these two, Lori and Ryan, are trying to pretend like they are engaged, but also falling in love with other people on this cruise ship right here. And it's fun, it's spicy, and it's fun. I like it. This was my debut novel, came out almost 2 years ago. I have another one coming out now called Price Check on Love. It's coming out in November. It's currently being edited, which is one of the things we're going to talk about today because my anxiety is so high. But yeah, everything is set so far as long as I can get my shit together when my editor gets it back to me. So, which, I mean, I've been doing really good at keeping my shit together. So hopefully we can keep that going. But yeah, so it's called Price Check on Love. That is a rivals to lovers workplace romance set in retail management, which is something I did for many years, especially in the pet retail industry world, where real stories of my life in retail management made their way into the book, either something that I personally experienced or things that happened in the store that I was not a part of, that got certain managers fired. So if you're at all curious about those stories, they are in the book. And I won't talk about those things publicly because they do not involve me and they do involve real people. So I'll never tell the real stories, but I did dramatize them just a little bit in the book so that the people who were involved will know that that's what I'm talking about, but I am not impeding on anybody else's privacy or anything like that. So yeah. Fun facts with Britt. Anyway, so that's me. Under a pseudonym, I will also write dark romance, and under another pseudonym, I will write young adult sci-fi. Hence the reason for pseudonyms, because I want people to know, like, if you're going to read from this pen name, you know it's dark romance. This it's not a pen name, it's my actual name. This name is contemporary romance, and this name is safe for children.
Easiest way.
That's essentially what I'm doing with my pen names. They're all just different brands, essentially. I'm looking at my pen names as different brands. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell. How about you, Kay? Tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Kay. I have dice. Mostly because I started playing D&D, which has actually been productive for the books, surprisingly. Very strange. I didn't exactly expect that to happen. We're currently working on a dark romance fantasy series that I brilliantly started one book of, and it spawned 13 other books. So it'll be a while before those are done.
Wait, 13 other? It's 14 now?
Maybe.
When did it become 14?
Just now. It may not be. It may not be. I still have to figure out the other books. So it's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
It's fine. I'm writing as you know, I'm writing a series that started out as one book, turned into a duology, then turned into a 7-part series that I am writing book 4 of right now. So,
well, I think it's funny is it happened for both of us at the same time. Is the funny part.
Yeah.
It's like, we got one book. Just kidding.
We were both like, I think it's going to be... Originally, because then I was like, maybe I'll make it a trilogy just because I like trilogies better than duologies. And then that turned into, but I really like both of these characters. I want to give them both love stories. And then I was like, then there's this other character that doesn't get a love story because he's just going to be like this kind of asshole, like never going to get a love story. And then I was like, but now I have a perfect love story for him.
Right. It's like, oh no. Yeah, no. So hopefully it stays at 13. Because I think I want the other 2 kingdoms to just have like a shared book and not like their own book. But we'll see. So, yeah. But I found some like little worksheet things that help with like creating magic and like world building and stuff, which is going to be very helpful because I haven't quite figured out the magic in the book series yet. And it's very like important to the book series. So,
yeah.
Yeah. But I don't have anything published, so you can't read anything from me. So go read Britt's book.
Deep water.
Go read that. Go read that. I need to also read that. I've got both the physical and the Kindle version.
I have a bunch of physical versions.
What makes me laugh is that when you came to visit, I was going to have you sign my physical version, and I forgot to have you sign my physical version.
Which would have been the first one I signed, but now I have signed one because my friend Shayna made me sign it when I went to go hang out with her for a bit. She's like, and I'm like, you read this? And she's like, yeah, because Shayna, I love Shayna, don't get me wrong, but Shayna is definitely still in that very small town, red part of Minnesota mindset. We'll just put it that way. And there is definitely some thoughts, and there's another reason why, and she didn't pick it out, but there are other reasons why I would have been like, you read that? She's like, well, I skipped over the parts that I didn't think I was gonna like, and I was like, that's fine.
That's funny. Dice.
I'm like, so you skipped over literally any time it got spicy between Ryan and Derek, I'm guessing. So.
Probably, yeah.
Oh my goodness. So.
I didn't get enough water.
Yeah, so that's us.
We're very well put
everybody
together.
needs to help Kay get their shit together so they can actually release one of these books. That's what these live streams are supposed to be about. But every time I talk to Kay, it's always like, I got some more world building.
You know, it's important. It's important. It's important.
It is important. And that's why it's taking me forever to write my sci-fis, because like I do have to do world building because I have to create a whole other freaking planet.
Mm-hmm.
And their like hierarchy system, because literally one of the main characters is a king of that planet. Or as he likes to put it in the first draft of the first book, the closest comparison you have on this planet is called a king. Is how he puts it.
I definitely didn't forget to eat my sandwich, so please ignore me while I eat my sandwich.
Is that a sandwich still technically? Like, define sandwich. Because I have this conversation with people all the time. Like, are hamburgers technically sandwiches?
Technically, yes, because it's
And
bread
are hot dogs
and
sandwiches?
stuff. Hot dogs are weird. It depends on how you eat them.
Right.
Because, like, if you kind of separate the
I'm just
bun so
saying.
the bun's not like this, it's more like this.
But
then
you just called
technically
that a sandwich, but the bread isn't separated.
It is in my mind.
So is it a sandwich?
You know what?
I am just talking.
Just ignore it.
Anyway. Yeah. Suddenly I'm hungry again, which is funny because I just had lunch at Shram, but whatever. So, why did I go to Shram? What is Shram even? God, Britt, you live in Minnesota. None of the rest of us do. None of us know what Shram is. You are an idiot. I'm like, yes, absolutely. I am an idiot. You are all absolutely correct. No, so Shram is a winery. It's a vineyard winery in Waconia, Minnesota, which is not super far, but like far enough for me that it is a trek. We were late getting there, just like I was late to this. I've just been late all day. It's fine. But yeah, so we had an appointment at 11 to do anyway, that's actually how this is actually how sandwiches are served. So open face sandwiches are the way that they're served in Norway. So like technically the word for sandwich is smørbrød, but that it literally just indicates an open face sandwich, not an actual like what you think of a sandwich. So if you were to order a smørbrød in Norway, you would get an open face sandwich. Fun facts, just so you all know some fun little Norwegian things. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, Shram. So it's a winery in Waconia, Minnesota, which is like southwest part of the metro, of the metro being the Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul. And Shram is one of the wineries that we go to somewhat frequently. We go to Shram just to hang out. And we usually go to a place called Sovereign Estates, which is about, 10 miles. It's also in Waconia, about 10 or so miles away from Shram. And that's where we usually go to. And my parents used to be barrel investors there, and I am part of their wine club, as well as my parents are part of their wine club at Sovereign. I considered joining Shram's today, but I didn't. So I go to Sovereign way more than I go to Shram. And we are going to go to Sovereign too. My mom and I are going to do the same thing at Sovereign. But the way that the scheduling worked out for this month to do it on the weekends, Shram just happened to be for today in the morning. And then Sovereign will be not next weekend, but the following weekend. But it's a vine to wine tour. And why am I doing that? Well, so basically they talked about all the way from growing the vines to winemaking. And have I had wine today? I have. Luckily wine is not like I'm not a lightweight in any way that you can mean that. But we had tastings all the way through. Like they would just give us like little tastings of some of the wine. Like I've had so if you guys don't know, Minnesota specifically, the University of Minnesota develops certain wines that are hardier, and they're called like cold climate wine, cold climate grapes, I think is what they're technically called. But they're all named after, for the most part, all named after Minnesota state parks. So the Marquette, the Itasca, all these things, right? The Frontenac, they're all Minnesota state parks. So now that was put back into my head is now I want to like go to Itasca and drink a bottle of Itasca. Matter of fact, the Itasca is what put me onto white wine. I didn't like white wine until I had an Itasca. And now I will drink a Minnesota white wine. I will not drink any other kind of white wine though. Well, that's not true. I do, but they're just not my favorite. Same thing with rosés. I'm not a big fan of rosés. Learned how to make rosé today. And one of which, it was so funny. He's like, some people think all you do is just mix some white wine and some red wine. And I just burst into laughter. He's like, and actually that's one of the ways. And I was like, what? Anyway, it's not the only way, and it's not like the most common, but it is a kind of a funny way and the easiest way. And apparently illegal to do in Bordeaux, France. I learned a lot of really interesting things about wine today. Anyway, but I'm after Price Check and Love is done, I'm writing a new book where one of the main characters, his family owns a vineyard. And so in order to do that, I needed to do research. And so instead of Googling research, I decided to, go out into the world and research by doing a vine to wine tour. So that's why I'm doing wine tours this weekend, and then not next weekend, but the weekend after. So hence the reason I was late, because I was in Waconia, Minnesota earlier today and hit traffic all the way home, which I know I said at the beginning of all this, but just to put that into perspective, it was like a 40-minute drive.
Oof.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're not super close. Yeah, pretty much. But no, if you guys want a recommendation of a Minnesota wine that tastes absolutely delicious, is the Marquette, which is a red wine. I know Kay is shocked that I drink a red wine. Kay has known me for 15 years, and I used to say that if you can see through a wine, it's not good wine. But yeah, so the Marquette is my favorite red. The Itasca is my favorite white. And probably overall, like genuinely, Cabernet, Shiraz, which is technically the same grape, that I knew before this wine tour. But the Shiraz and the Syrah are the same grape. It's grown in California, it's Syrah. If it's grown in Australia, it's Shiraz. So, yeah, I know a lot of really weird things about wine.
Fun facts with Britt.
You can talk to my mom about that, because my mom had pizza for lunch, which has cheese. I did not have pizza. I had a burger, because they have burgers there now. And I was like, I want to try their burgers.
Ooh.
So But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a really good time. It was really interesting, and I learned a lot of things. I took notes on my phone. So there will be a short form video that'll come out about it later today. I've a couple of short form next couple of days.
Oh no. Did we lose you?
Am I back?
Oh,
Hello.
there we go. Jeez.
No.
It like sped run you.
Oh, that's fun. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, so like that's just a little behind the scenes of sometimes when you're writing contemporary romance, that's the kind of thing you have to do is you have to go out into the world and do actual research. And not that I couldn't do that research on the internet, I absolutely could. But most of what I would learn would be stuff that would be true in California, which is a very different climate than Minnesota. So being able to actually go to physics or be an AI generated, you know, response. And so, actually being able to go out to the actual winery, the actual vineyard, and learn firsthand what they do and how they do it, I just you can't replace it. So yeah, see that's the thing is it's a trade-off. You either have to world build, which I'm not good at, or you can live in the world that's already built. You just have to do the research to make it realistic. It's a trade-off. It's a trade-off. And whatever makes best sense for you. But now and after Sovereign, I'm going to have even more information that will help me like world build, but just a company instead of an entire universe, or a planet.
World build. So,
and more power to you if you love world building. I am not good at it. Stick with your strengths. If you're good at it, go for it. If you're not good at it like me, know your strengths and stick with it. It's why I haven't released the sci-fi that's been in my head since I was 17 years old. So, but yeah. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. That's part of what I'm up to. So yeah. So as far as my other goals were concerned, well, actually, what have you been up to specifically, not pertaining to your goal, but have you done anything fun and exciting outside of? I mean, yes. Talk about it because that's helping you world build. So talk about it.
It is, yeah, no. So I started joining D&D campaigns. Yeah, go get you some water. So I'm currently in 3 D&D campaigns. It's one of those where this group started and then the people from this group were like, hey, we want to do like a smaller group. And then like another person from this group and then me. And then it's like weirdly interconnected. It's kind of funny. But the first one is really fun and I'm like super into my character. So I've created a bunch of like backstory and stuff. And then one of the other characters in that D&D campaign is like a book nerd. And so I was like, hey, roll on like I can't remember what it was. It was like something. And they rolled really high. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna give you all this information because you now know some of my characters like backstory stuff because you've read all these books. So I've been right. I am so obsessed with this character. That's my character's name. She's a barbarian vampire. Because I couldn't quite get the vampire thing to work. So
wait, doing something vampire related is as surprising as me drinking red wine.
Right.
I say as I realize I still have a glass of like what was clearly a red wine that I drank. And this glass came from Sovereign.
I love that so much.
That's not the one I went to today. I went to Shram today.
That's great.
But still, love it.
But yeah, so because one of the characters is like a book nerd and knows like backstory stuff, I've started making like backstory stuff. So I've made a map. I found like stuff. And then I was like, well, I need to like know good pinpoints for like the cities and stuff. So I was Googling, as one does. And I found this worksheet that goes over like what you need for like building a city, building a town, all that fun stuff. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I was poking around on the website more, and that's where I found the like magic assistance thingy where it's like, how does it interact with people? Where did it come from? Does it do this? Does it do that? So I'm like, this is really cool. I need this. So yeah,
There you go.
it's been really fun too. We hit the thing that everybody hits where now we have to face scheduling issues because one of them went back to college. So
Oh.
yeah. But the other two campaigns are easier to schedule because they're all online. So much
Also, I think I have finally fixed my internet problems. I'm doing a speed test real quick.
Ooh.
Because I find, well, still not great.
The BBES, the big bad evil schedule. Yep. Oh, and then also, I don't think I told you. No, I told you. And I've told Merlin. But everybody else can know. I was scrolling through TikTok as one does, and it finally took hold of the fact that I'm obsessed with D&D right now. So now it's giving me D&D stuff. And one of the videos sparked an idea where I'm like, ooh, I should make my own campaign. So I've also been very, 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 this is like last project I ever focus on, poking around with my own campaign. And I'm excited for that. It's going to be fun. Creative in the best of ways.
So my download is 27.23.
Wonder what mine is. Let's see.
Which isn't great. But I'm officially finally hardwired into the internet because I didn't know where you plugged in the Ethernet into this computer. I found it literally when I was having my internet problems when I disappeared for like 10 minutes. If it was 10 minutes, I don't think it was 10 minutes.
Great. I could tell y'all about the campaign because none of y'all, except for one, but Merlin already knows like everything. So I came up with a twist and I really like this idea. So for the campaign, I'll have like maybe 4 players. I don't think I'll go any higher than that because it's like the first campaign I ever do. And I don't think it's a good idea to have more than 4 just for like the purpose of the story. So the story is essentially like there's the big bad evil guy. They're wreaking havoc, and the mayor of the town that you're in is like, hey, help, because this is causing issues with our trades, with this, with that. Our tourism is down. We need help. And so I haven't figured out like all the details, but the adventurers have to go through these dungeons. And there's like mazes and traps and stuff in order to acquire like the item that unlocks the area that the big bad evil guy is. And it also gives them like tools and stuff to empower them to defeat the big bad evil guy. So then they get all the stuff, they acquire it, they go face the big bad evil guy, they defeat the big bad evil guy. The area that the big bad evil guy is in is like this giant like open area. And then there's like archways and stuff. The archways shift and they create a portal. And either the adventurers decide to go into the portal or I make them go into the portal. One way or another, they're going through this portal. And then they find themselves in another realm. And this realm is also being like distraught with monsters and stuff. So like, oh no, here, let us help you. And so they help like the people in the town that they come into, and then everybody's like, oh, thank you so much, thank you so much. We don't know what's going on. Just out of nowhere, all these creatures and stuff happened and whatnot. We don't understand. And then the adventuring party realizes that the big bad evil guy they defeated was this realm's protector. And by defeating that person, this realm no longer has a protector. So now they have to decide if they want to go face the new realm's big bad evil guy, risking a cycle of defeating one realm's big bad evil, one realm's protector. So it's kind of a fun little thing. I like the idea. It's fun.
Sounds fun.
Yeah. I have 3 people interested in joining.
Nice.
Yeah. It'll be a while before it's ready to play or anything, but
yeah, I can't imagine it takes. I mean, it takes a decent amount of time, I'm sure.
It does. And then That's my character, Leah. She's a big flirt. Although right now she's having a crisis because of backstory stuff.
Crises are fun.
They are. I am terrorizing this poor woman.
All I know is I'm sad that they took out the D&D episode of Community that I love so very much from streaming.
Oh, that's dumb.
Oh, they did that like 5 years ago.
Lame.
They did it a long time ago. It no longer streams. I mean, I went to go
The
look where
physical
I
copies.
normally used to keep my DVDs for my TV shows, and they're not there because they are in here. And Community was not one I kept out because that one's streaming in 3 different places. So at the time it was only 2. Now it's 3. Actually, I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not. I never watched it on Netflix. I always watched it on Hulu, but now I'm watching it on Peacock right now.
Well, that's fine.
Because Hulu has the uncut pilot, and I don't like the way that they cut the pilot for Netflix, and that's the same way they cut the pilot on Peacock. And I'm like, just give me the original pilot, y'all.
It is no longer on Netflix.
Peacock probably waited for that to end for them to put it on Peacock. Anyway. So, yeah. Well, that's cool. But I'm glad that's helping you world build.
Mm-hmm. It's been a surprise.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not really, because you're doing kind of not the same thing, but you're doing similar enough things that, you know, it can give you ideas. Like at the Vine to Wine tour, there were a couple of things that, like, you know, they said that triggered an immediate like thought for my book. Granted, again, it's, you know, because I'm at a winery and it's in a wine, like it's set at a winery for the most part, but like it doesn't change the fact that like I didn't have an epilogue. I now have an epilogue idea.
Ooh.
Because of the Vine to Wine tour that I went to. And I have a whole subplot now because I learned something interesting about keeping wine that I never knew. So I don't know if anybody cares. Otherwise, I can share with the whole class.
Please share with the class. The class is interested.
Okay. So there are 3 ways to keep wine, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is corked wine, there is screw top wine,
Mm-hmm.
and there is boxed wine.
Right.
Out of the 3 of them, what would you think is the best way to keep wine?
The screw top.
Okay. What do you think about like screw top wine or boxed wine? Like when you think about wine, what do you think about like the difference between those 3 things? I mean, I know you're not much of a wine connoisseur.
Like, I don't know. I barely notice the things we have up at work. It's just how it's, I don't know. Continue.
So for a long time, it's so funny because I even made the joke earlier today because I can't remember what my mom said, but she said something about boxed wine. I said, not here. Because, you know, the whole point of boxed wine is that it's cheap, right? That's the connotation that boxed wine has. I tend to drink boxed wine. I mean, I do get bottles usually from, you know, either Sovereign or Schramm. We got a bottle from Schramm today that we started drinking at Schramm and then we're going to finish tonight. But yeah, so apparently the best way to keep wine is in a box. Second best way to keep wine, screw top. Worst way to keep wine, unless you specifically are trying to age it, is corked. Which is why a lot of, like in Australia and New Zealand, if you buy an Australian or New Zealand wine, they are pretty much all screw tops now. That the only reason they're still doing corked wines is one for specific decade-long aging processes, or because of the connotation of what corked wine is, because they think, you know, corked wine is a higher end wine. You get a screw top wine and you're like, well, this is the cheap shit. Apparently not.
That is so funny.
I know. When he said that, I was like, what? What?
That is so funny.
And it was so funny that he was talking about box wine, and my immediate reaction was at the vineyard, and everybody laughed because I got everybody's attention by doing that. Especially because my mom made a literal joke about boxed wine earlier, and I was like, "Don't say that here." God. Anyway, fun fact. Fun fact. Yeah, wild. We even Googled it, and it's true.
That is so crazy.
Because cork allows for air to get into the wine, which only can mean that it could go bad faster. Actually, he disproved that at the tour today too. That wine can last for a long time, but also wine can go bad, and you don't know what that's going to look like. Even like that specific grape, you do not know until you open up the bottle of wine if it aged or if it didn't. Yeah, it's wild. I learned so much about like that piece of the wine industry today that I had no idea, because I just went by what the industry says. But of course, it's a marketing ploy. So anyway, fun facts. It's wild. I learned so much about wine today.
Huh.
So I'll be very curious, because Sovereign still uses a lot of corked wine. So a lot of their wines are still corked. So I'll be curious to see what they say about it when I go to theirs. But they still cork a lot. So yeah. Anyway, fun facts with Britt.
Fun facts with Britt.
Anyway, that's one of the other things I learned today.
Neat.
Now I was like, I'm gonna drink my boxed wine with pride.
Right?
No more shame. Because I'll be like, oh, you think it's a problem that I'm drinking boxed wine? It's the best way to keep wine.
Google it.
Are you right?
That is so funny.
And I literally drink boxed wine because it does end up being cheaper. Because of the fact that, you can buy a box for $30 and it lasts, and it's essentially like 4 bottles of wine. So that ends up being a bit cheaper. But I suppose because it's easy, it's a lot easier to scale, and it's a lot cheaper to make a cardboard box with a plastic bag. You know? So lots of reasons why it works out that way. But yeah. So should we talk about our goals?
Sure, let's talk about our goals.
Perfect, because I didn't hit anything. So Kay, your goal was to work on the second draft of Bloodlust and do the writing prompt.
I actually did work on the second draft of Bloodlust, and I didn't work on the writing prompt, to no one's surprise.
Yeah, which is so silly because it's like straight up my alley, because it's clearly supposed to be a romance of sorts.
Right. It's like I was going to last night, but then I just could not.
Yeah, the thing is, I like doing the writing prompts, and I do want to do them, so I'm glad we're keeping like the history of them, because I do want to eventually do the ones I've missed. But my issue with it is I'm really trying to focus on getting a book out.
Yep.
So it's a lot harder for me to be like, okay, I'm going to set aside time to work on something that is not for my book. It's really hard to justify time like that with my full-time job and really only a couple of hours every night to work on my books. So it's really, really hard to justify that time, because I'm taking away time from the book that I'm working on to do that. So it's a little harder, So maybe eventually, I'll work on all of those when I've got some extra time or whatever. But I still want to keep doing them.
Right.
They'll keep building it up and eventually do them. But
They're fun.
they are. It's fun.
Yeah.
So my goal was finish the first draft of Having Fans, average 2K words a day for the year, aka do something everyday creative, and then do the writing prompt. Well, I am doing things creative every day, but not necessarily writing. Like yesterday, I took the day off from writing just because I needed a.
There you go.
There you go. But I needed some time off yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a rough day. So yesterday would have been Cosmo's Gotcha Day if Cosmo were still alive. So my mind was on a lot of other things yesterday. And yeah, and burnout is real. Absolutely. Burnout is real. And so rest is also productive. And I chose rest yesterday. I am excited to sit down and actually start writing today, though, because I haven't had a chance to, because basically I got up, did my workout, showered, made breakfast, had breakfast, and then got ready to go to Shram, and then came back here and sat down at this computer and fought with my internet.
Yay.
So I haven't had a chance to sit down and write today, but after this, I'm going to find some time to write and just enjoy it and have a good time and stuff like that. So I did not finish the first draft of Having Fans. I'm about halfway through it. The first portion of the book was a lot harder than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
The second half I've already got pretty much well planned out. Because I have to go based off of a certain character and their specific development. I may have shared in this
You did
live stream they had a baby. The baby is born. And so I have to now, it's a lot easier to develop the story around a developing baby than it is a developing pregnancy. So, but they had the baby. And so now little baby Sammy is born. And I think it's going to go a little bit faster to be able to, I don't know why I want to hold my microphone today, but I just want to hold it today, I guess. But I think it's going to go a little bit faster for the writing because I have got most of it planned out to the point that like it's literally, I have it worked out. You know how I did that Excel spreadsheet of like timeline for all of the books, and then I broke that down into individual books. Well, now I have the timeline from birth to the end of the book now as to like all of the big events that I want to hit. And sorry, my dog just made noise. And so I think it's going to go a little bit faster now. So I think certainly by the next stream, it'll be done. And hopefully I'll be actively working on Price Check on Love because hopefully I'll have it back from my editor by then, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But if not, then I just start on the next book of the series, which I completely retooled. Oh, I didn't talk about that yet, have I?
No, you didn't.
Oh my God. So as I was writing Having Fans, I introduced a character that I was like, shit, I love this character. So instead of writing a whole other book, this character did reveal to me, because okay, can I get really artsy fartsy with everybody real quick? Like real woo-woo with people real quick about how I feel about books and how I feel about like fictional stories?
No.
So I'm a firm believer in I am a firm believer. It's my stream. I can do what I want.
Oh, okay. Bye.
It's my stream and I can talk if I want to. Talk if I want to. You would talk too if it happened to you. Anyway, so I'm a firm believer in the idea that, because here's the thing, unless you have written a story, unless you have written characters, you do not understand that the characters write their story. You're doing the actual physical writing, yes, but the characters, they have a mind of their own. And the characters, if they don't want to do something, they're not going to do it. The characters can be like, you know what? You say go left here, but I'm going to go right because I want to see what's over there. They have a mind of their own. So I came up with this theory that I'm now a firm believer in. that they actually are real in some parallel universe, and creative people like authors and screenwriters and stuff like that, we are just tapping into that other realm of existence and telling their story. I feel bad for whatever creative in another universe is telling my story.
Right?
And so I'm a firm believer that the characters already exist, right? So when a character reveals something to me, I'm like, thank you for telling me about that. So this character revealed to me that their sexuality, in fact, matches to switch up the final book. And I was like, this is perfect because I like her. And so instead of giving her her own book and making it an 8-part series, she is now the love interest in the final book, the final mainline book. Because then after the mainline book, so the 5th book is the last mainline book, and then the 7th book is a prequel novella, and then I have a whole epilogue book, like a whole book just dedicated to an entire epilogue of all the characters. So I have now been retooling that. It's still the same trope. And it's kind of a bummer. So I do want to still keep the same idea for that trope that I was going to do and write it in a different book at some point. Because I still like the idea of it. Because it's fake dating, but it was supposed to be like celebrity fake dating, which of course is real in publicity relationships. And so that's what it was originally supposed to be. So at some point I'll write that book, but it wasn't selling the lie. It wasn't selling the lie because I created a character that I love and I wanted to play more with her. That's literally how this one book became a duology. I was like, oh, Peyton's best friend Charlie is amazing. Now I want to give her her own love story.
It's just downhill from there.
Well, then I created a whole band, and then that whole band, I was like, now I gotta give them all love stories.
At least yours is just a band. I created 10 kingdoms.
It is not a 10-person band. I will give you that. With how often they switch out lead singers, though, it might be close.
It's funny.
So, yeah. So yeah. So I'm retooling The Unwritten Rules of Selling the Lie. And honestly, the title actually kind of works a little bit better now. Either way, it was a lie, right? The relationship was a lie because it's fake dating. But the way that I have it formulated now, the title works even just a little bit better because of how the fake dating actually starts.
Nice.
So I'm excited, and I know it's going to be Kay's favorite book because it's sapphic. So
yeah.
I've not written a sapphic story before, so that'll be an interesting journey. So
they're quite fun.
I've read one sapphic novel this year. I meant to read more before I got to Telling the Lie, but we're coming up close to it. But Libby has been dictating what I read this year. So whatever comes up on my Libby, I'm like, I got 21 days to read this. Let's go.
Right.
So Libby has been dictating what I'm reading, which right now Libby has dictated that I read The Neverending Story, which is traumatic.
The book?
More traumatic than the movie so far. The movie was dumbed down.
Oh my gosh.
The Artax in the swamp of sadness. I would rather watch the movie scene for 24 hours straight than ever read that passage again.
I'm scared. I'm scared. So we don't read this book. Gotcha.
It's a lot.
Oh no.
And this was a children's book.
Oh my gosh.
Like I don't even know, okay? Oh my god. I don't know if I can do it.
I believe in you.
Very well written. It's very good. Well, I guess I don't know how well written it is just because it's translated from German.
Oh,
but it's very good. Context on the swamp. Have you never seen Never Ending Story? Or read the book?
Never-ending Story.
So the Never Ending Story has in the very beginning of, well, not the very, very beginning, but pretty close to the beginning of the book or in the movie, there is this swamp that one of the main characters goes through with his trusted steed. I mean, it's from 1984. The movie is from 1984. I feel like I can spoil it, right? It's called The Swamp of Sadness. And if you stay in swamp for too long, you become depressed. Well, the horse becomes depressed and decides to sink into the swamp. And Atreyu, the main character that has to go through with his horse, Artax, is screaming in the movie, trying to pull him out, trying to save his life. And the horse is like, I'm done. In the book, the horse literally says, Atreyu, I want to die. I am too sad to go on.
No.
I'm like, I sat there listening to the audiobook going, what?
No.
It was so traumatizing. So traumatizing.
No.
Anyway, so yeah, so that's
that's what you're reading now.
that's what I'm reading now.
Mine's the complete opposite, so you have fun with that.
I will not, but it's fine. What's really shitty about this though, because the whole point of the challenge, of the reading challenge that this book is part of, is it's stuff that I have had in my life for a very long time, but I've never read the source material. So now I'm reading the source material. And what do I do after I read the source material?
Oh no. Oh no.
The one thing that's saving me though is the Never Ending Story is currently packed away. And it's not really streaming anywhere free or like under subscription.
Yeah.
So I would have to like buy it or rent it again. And I'm like, I'm not gonna get a digital copy of a movie that I'm literally just gonna watch this one time again for the first time in a long time. It's been a while since I've seen the Never Ending Story.
Yeah.
And so I don't even know the last time I actually watched it. Now that I think about it,
It's been a while.
Probably, yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I want to say, I know we watched it in film school because it was one of the movies we studied in film school. But I gotta think I've seen it since then because that was nearly 20 years ago.
You would think, but
yeah. But so anyway, it's a lot. So yeah, so I'm gonna watch the Never Ending Story at some point.
yay!
I'm not excited enough to go digging through these boxes to find it.
Mm.
And then watch me go over to where I still have some DVDs out and find the Never Ending Story and go, well,
No excuse now.
no excuse.
Gotta watch it now.
Yeah, I mean, it took me months to see Wicked because obviously, like, there is no pro shot of Wicked.
Yeah.
After I read the book, and so I read the book back in January. It was the first one of the project, and took me months. I mean, aside from the movie, I guess, but that's only the first act of Wicked. So I didn't see Wicked until last month. So there you go. So so far my least favorite, if anybody's curious, my least favorite has been Phantom of the Opera. That book is literal trash. Just throw it in the trash if you have it. If you have it on your shelf, just throw it like just in the trash.
Yeet.
For literally one scene. I mean, the whole thing was boring, but there was one particular scene that I'm like, this is definitely a product of its time. Because, you know, Christine just hanging out with Eric, the Phantom. Christine just hanging out with Eric, and Raoul, the like main love interest, goes, something about like your virginity belongs to me. How dare you hang out with another man? And I'm like, whoa, dude.
Ew.
I know this was written in the early 1900s, like 1900 or 1910 or something like that. But like, and again, translated from French.
Yeah.
Fully understand that. But that shit doesn't fly in 2025. Good Lord. Fuck. Anyway. Yeah, so Phantom of the Opera is my least favorite so far. I literally rated that. I think that's the lowest rated book on both my Goodreads and my Storygraph. So.
Boom, 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 boom.
Anyway. But yeah. So far my favorite, I think, is The Last Unicorn, which made me very happy because I love The Last Unicorn.
Yay.
It's my favorite. Anyway, so yeah. That's breathe.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe
I love how me breathing in just made Paula go, wait, what? What are you typing? I'm sad that this keyboard is not loud enough.
Aw, I don't like. It's not even that close, and I've got it so it shouldn't pick it up, and yet it picks it up.
Here,
So I think
I'll put the microphone up to the keyboard, and then I'll grab my other one because my other one's right here. Oh my goodness! There we go. Got it. Okay, y'all ready to hear this keyboard?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that's what that one sounds like. Now, if I were to grab the one I used to use, just right here.
Clicky, clicky. Yeah.
That one's so much better. Just saying.
I like mine. It's one of those 10 keyless ones, so it literally is just the keyboard and the arrows and like some of the things, and you have to use like a function button to do the F1, 2, 3, blah blah blah.
Cannot live without a 10 key.
Yeah, I need to buy a 10 key because every time I do my budget stuff, I'm like, I hate everything.
Yeah, I need a 10 key. It's so funny because I was actually at the office with a bunch of other managers and supervisors, and we were doing some like computer testing at work, and actually physically at the office, which is unusual for me. And it was so funny because I was like, I can't live without a 10 key. I don't know how I'm going to last today testing out these computers without a 10 key. And my old manager looks at me and he goes, huh, if only there was like numbers at the top of the keyboard that you could put numbers in that way. And I was like, I fully understand that, Dan, but do you want me to be going
Oh, right? When you could just go,
or do you want me to go which one do you want?
right? And with the other one, it has like an easy, plus, minus, divide, multiply. It's like boop, 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 boop.
Yeah.
I mean, this keyboard does have a 10 key version, but I wanted a tiny guy because I have so much stuff on my desk.
Yeah. Well, now I've got my tower on my desk, which has I'm glad I was able to figure out how to make it work.
I've got mine on my desk too. It's in the corner, hiding behind monitors.
I think I'm gonna get like another thing that I can put because I don't know how big. I'm not sure how big my new desk is gonna be. So we'll see when I put up my new desk. Because this desk is not going to be a desk when I move upstairs. This desk is going to become a vanity.
Ooh.
It's going to be repurposed.
Ho, ho, ho.
Anyway, but yeah. So
neat.
But yeah, so that's my new keyboard.
Neat.
I don't think it's mechanical. I think that's the difference.
Mm-hmm. The mechanical ones are the ones that really
make that clicky noise. But I even think that this one's not even because there's a difference too, right? Like in the color that's underneath the keys.
Yeah, because there's blue, green, red. I think it's the ones. I think mine
Yeah.
are.
And
Blue?
this is like the quietest of them all. And I'm like, that's not even quiet. I love it.
Yeah. There's one that's like a creamy sounding one, and I need to figure out which one it is because I really like it. It has like a nice flowy, creamy sound. Almost like mine, but like creamier.
Yeah. I love that clicky clacky noise. That clicky clacky noise brings me back to the 90s.
Here you go. Have some clicky clacky noise.
Oh, that's like ASMR for me.
It's great.
Oh my God, it's ASMR. I love it.
I like watched a video before I bought this keyboard. I watched a video and skipped over to just them typing on it because it's like, I need to know if I'm going to get irritated by the sound of this keyboard before I buy it. Because they didn't have one on display for you to play with. So I was like, okay, I like this sound. We're vibing.
Yeah. Yeah. The louder the keyboard, the happier I am. I actually thought about the idea of when I move upstairs that I might set up another new YouTube channel that would just be like an ASMR channel, and it would literally be just me writing, and then all you would see is just either nothing or just a keyboard, like a picture, like a stock picture of a keyboard, and then you just hear the clicky clackies.
Clicky clack, clicky clack.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So anybody wants to subscribe to that, I might do that. There is another book that I'm planning that I did start a new YouTube channel. I haven't posted anything on it yet.
Oh, yeah.
I do have a YouTube channel and a TikTok account and a new Instagram account because I was like, I want that handle and I don't want anybody else to take it. And it was free. And I was like, damn. So I swiped it up. So whether or not I actually do anything with that stuff, at least I own the channel name, the handle. So, but ouch, that was I just pinched myself with my glasses. I was debating whether or not I want to do that one or the vineyard one next, and then I decided I want to do the vineyard one next because I worked that one out more.
Yeah.
So
no monitor humming. That sound drives me nuts.
What I am shocked. Now I haven't loaded up The Sims yet on this new computer, but this computer,
so quiet.
It's silent.
Mine would be, except the hard drive makes a bunch of noise. So I'm like, if I just had an SSD instead of a hard drive, it would probably be a lot more quiet.
And that might be why this one is so quiet, because it is a solid state drive.
Yeah, they're pretty quiet. Little guys.
But even like the fans, like every once in a while I'll notice the like of the fans, but it's very, very quiet. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens when I load up The Sims and what like what that ends up sounding like.
No, you'll probably barely hear it, I would think.
Probably.
Be like, oh, there's just a little bit more of a hum. That's it.
Yeah. So maybe I'll do that either later today after I get some writing done or tomorrow, because I do want to load into The Sims, because I did find out that that EA, like a whatever cloud service they use, saved all of my mods and my custom content. So I don't have to go searching for all that anymore.
Yay.
So now I'm wondering if all of my save files are also in that cloud.
That would be nice.
That would be very nice.
It would be so nice.
There are some videos I'm going to have to refilm that were Sims videos, though, because I hadn't released them. And those aren't. Yeah, right? I mean, EA is not always my favorite thing, especially since they took over The Sims and they just bring out DLCs like mad.
Right.
I spent so much money on The Sims 4 that if they ever did come out with The Sims 5, I don't know if I would ever buy it. Because I've spent so much money on The Sims 4 in my life.
Like me with my rhythm game. Like they keep adding DLC to it. I'm like, bro, stop. Please help.
So, but yeah. So we'll see we'll see what happens when I load up The Sims if I have to start all fresh, which is fine if I have to start all fresh.
Yeah.
But it, it it sucks because sometimes I do like to go back to some of my old save files and play with those characters again.
Mhm.
But I mean, obviously, like I have all of my characters and houses and stuff saved in the library, so those are all safe. But the actual save files,
Yeah.
where those characters are right now in the story I was telling, Anyway, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah. So let's do our writing prompt. Let's do our writing prompt, shall we?
Our good old guy. Unlock your creativity.
And then I'm gonna have the stream fight my hair back to a braid because this is a lot. Okay.
Ready?
I am. Are you going?
I am going.
Stop.
Ooh, I see a planet. I like this. Oh, I just dropped another one. You need to go back in there, please, kind sir. No? Okay, you get to be in the front then. All right, we have sci-fi.
Ooh.
In the future, a household appliance gains sentience. How do the inhabitants of the house react?
Ooh. Well, this fits because I'm getting a new dishwasher soon.
Is it sentient? Does it have the AI?
Well, but maybe that's where I start with the story is I get my new dishwasher and it has sentience.
Oh no, your dishwasher's alive.
Oh my god, yes.
It is.
Is it sad that would be one of the things I would consider?
No.
Be like, well, no human wants me, so
Depends on how dishy the dishwasher looks at you.
I mean, I my blender might be evil. It is a ninja.
Aren't all blenders evil?
Maybe.
I mean, all they do is destroy and blend. I don't even remember what the dishwasher looks like in Date Everything. Hold on.
I haven't played it, but I've watched a couple of people play it, and I'm just like, this is hilarious.
What is Dishy the dishwasher? He's like one of the few that doesn't change, I think, until like later, maybe.
I do want to probably play it at some point because I think it'd be fun to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to date everything. I have dated everything, honestly.
That's funny.
It's so funny because I remember a friend of mine at one point being like, you need to find yourself a nice little nerdy man. And I'm like, I've dated nerdy men. I've
done that.
I've dated nerdy men. I've dated geeky men. I have dated athletic men. I have dated gym bros. I have dated introverts. I have dated extroverts. I've been all over the dating spectrum and every single one of them. Accurate. I am cursed. I am cursed.
I feel so bad for you.
Great woman. I feel bad for myself. I feel bad for myself going out there trying to date men.
You're trying, and they're just like below the bare minimum. It's embarrassing.
The bar is in hell. Sorry to any man literally in this chat. Because obviously I don't hate men. Obviously.
Not all men.
Oh my god. It's all men till it's no men. But yeah. So that's That's why it's so funny because like I write these men that I like fall in love with in these books. I'm like, oh my god, I love my male main character, but I think it's because I'm writing the kind of man that I would date.
It's like, why can't you be real? Type.
If I were in this scenario, this is how I would want my partner to interact with me, even when I'm making them an asshole.
Right.
See, but that's the thing is, you know what a bear will do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole argument. For any man that doesn't understand the argument, we know what a bear will do. We don't know what men will do.
Mm-hmm.
That's literally the argument.
So. It goes right over their heads.
Yep. It's not that the fact that the bear is technically gonna be more dangerous. We know that the bear is more dangerous.
Right.
That's the difference. Anyway, why chance a 50-50 shot at something being dangerous when you can just be like, you know what?
You know what? I know what this is going to do. So I'll choose this because this is worse is less than the other's worse.
Yes. That's the other piece of the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Is a bear will just maul you to death. There are worse things that men do.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not actually hating on men, FYI. But
exactly.
The ones that are good ones, start shit talking to the ones that are the bad ones.
Right.
And stop letting them get away with worse than murder.
Mm-hmm.
Raise the bar out of hell, please, to the good ones.
Please put it back on the ground.
Facts.
Oh, speaking of Date Everything, it's on sale right now.
Perfect. How much is it?
On Steam, it is $24.
That's still more than I want to pay.
I give it another.
I'll literally play one time.
Give it a year. Well, apparently, there's like a lot of content on it too. So just give it like a year. It'll drop down in price.
Says a person that has probably spent well over $3,000 on The Sims 4.
I can't judge you. I'm buying D&D books left and right.
And I still, 3,000 might be an exaggeration.
I don't know. There's a lot of Sims
There's a lot of DLC.
I spent at least 100 or so on my rhythm game that has like a bunch of DLC, probably. At least.
Yeah, and to be fair, unless I'm really excited about an expansion pack, I wait for the expansion pack to be like the one that just recently came out. I don't have it, and well, it came out while I was having my computer problems, but I don't plan on getting it because I'm not really all that interested in it, and so I'll get it when it's 50% off.
Yeah,
you know,
it's like I get mine discounted because like when they come out, they discount all their DLC and like celebration of it coming out. So I'm like, ooh, boop.
And I don't own all the DLC because I don't own. I find the kits, which are like $5 DLC. I find the kits in the Sims 4 to be just cash grabs. But I have bought a couple of them again when they're like 50% off. And then like stuff packs, I've got a decent amount of them, but not all of them. And then game packs, I have more game packs than I do stuff packs. And then I have all of the expansion packs except for one.
Nice.
The newest one, I think. I don't think I'm missing any more for them. Could be wrong.
There's so many.
There are so many.
Anytime I'm like, oh, I want to, it's just like, what is it? City Skylines. I'm just like, I am so glad I'm not super into this game because I would be broke.
I will say Bear Grylls is attractive, so I would trust Bear Grylls to take out a bear.
Rawr.
Anyway. Late stage capitalism, not just capitalism. Late stage capitalism.
When is it gonna crumble? We don't know. It's taking
Tomorrow.
forever. Tomorrow? Dang, I gotta work tomorrow.
Watch, it actually happens tomorrow, and everybody's like, Britt can tell the truth, can tell the future. Oh my god.
I'd be like, Britt!
Tell me my future.
You did tell me my future.
Capitalism will crumble tomorrow.
Insert the Lego sounds from the games.
We wake up and everything is just broken.
You're like, why is my internet broken? Why is this broken? Why is everybody screaming? What's going on? Why is everything on fire?
Oh my god. Anyway. Yeah. So what should we set for goals for next month?
I'm keeping mine the same.
Me too. Because I mean, I didn't finish the first draft, so I may as well finish the first draft.
And I'm still working on the second draft, so
yeah. And at this point now, I'm on, because it's kind of interesting when you go to an alpha reader or beta readers, you can set a time limit, like I did with my beta readers. I sent it out to 9 people for beta reading, and I set a limit. I was like, you have until this date to provide feedback. And anybody that was past that date, I didn't even look at their email if they sent anything. I was like, nope, you're past that deadline. I'm working on this book now. Well, now I'm at the mercy of my editor, because I can't be like, you have to have my book edited by this time.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? They'd be like, I'm not editing your book.
Yeah. So I'm at the mercy of my editor now. So it all depends on when my editor is done. But yeah, that's where Price Check on Love is right now. And I am filled with so much anxiety. I thought I had an anxiety when she edited Deepwater. I get emails being like, you know, new update on this document. And I'm like, and I'm just like, she's gonna read it. She's like, you are the worst writer. And it's so funny because everybody I talk to, they're all like, no, she is your collaborator. It is literally her job to just make your book better.
Yeah.
So yes, there are moments that you're going to have that she's gonna be like, this is weak. That's okay. That's the point. You can fix it. Like, she's not gonna sit there. You worked with her once before, right? And she wasn't like, actually, I really don't want to work with you again. She was like, no, sounds great. Let me know. And I even told her about the interconnected series. She's like, oh my God, I love interconnected series. I can't wait to work on that. So clearly she liked working with me before.
Yeah. She likes working with you before. She's looking forward to working with you again. It's fine.
Granted, my writing has changed quite a bit from Deepwater. Because especially my spicy scenes, I've changed up how I write my spicy scenes, because I learned you don't need to use the vulgar language in spicy scenes if you don't want to. You can get the same feeling out of the spice and still make it hot without using the vulgar language, which I don't mind vulgar language. I certainly still utilize it, but I utilize it in dialogue when it makes sense for the character. Like, if I can get vulgar for a second, like in Jamming Together, when Ethan steals Charlie's e-reader and looks at what she's reading. Well, she's a big dark romance reader, and his reaction is a shocked face and, wow, bet her kitty cat like that. Used the vulgar term, right? Bet her kitty cat like that, and then she just steals it back. That I don't mind using the vulgar language for. But I don't know, like, I cringe at my own writing when I get to that point, and I'm just like, oh my God.
It's like, no.
I'm writing the words, rooster and put in the kitty cat.
It's like, no.
I'm just not sure what YouTube is going to like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Flag in their like automated flag thing. So I just
Who knows?
I want to be careful.
Meow.
So we'll say kitty cat and rooster. Because the majority of what I write involve kitty cats and roosters. Not everything, clearly. Some are just roosters. And the next will be just kitty cats. So
Meow.
anyway, I have gone down a weird path.
That's what these streams are for.
But yes, absolutely 100% anxiety. I have really bad. So luckily Gmail has decided to have mercy on me, or she's taken a few days off because I have not gotten an email for a few days. And so I feel like Gmail finally has just had mercy on me. Yeah, I agree. I feel like the overutilization of the vulgar language can impede on the emotionality of it all. And that's what I've learned reading some of the contemporary romances that I've read this year, of people that I'm like, this is really great. And I really like the way this is written. This still feels really hot and sexy, but it's not, it's a lot less visual. It's a lot less mechanical.
Mhm.
And I really like it. And so there are just new ways I've learned how to write spicy scenes, and I've implemented those in my new books. And that's just not how Deepwater is written, unfortunately. But there is a chance I might re-edit Deepwater at some point. And if that were to happen, I would make the spicy scenes more like how I write them now. Because there is a possibility that I will have a sequel to Deepwater. And if I do, I want their covers to match. And because I've changed my cover artist, I would want to do a new release of it. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do a new release of it, I may as well do a new edit of it too.
Might as well.
So
it's an anniversary version.
Yeah. So also, I've decided I'm going into Kindle Unlimited.
Oh,
that's another update that's happened, I think, since the last stream. Or did I talk about that last stream?
I don't think you did. I know you told me.
Yeah.
But I don't think you told the stream.
Yeah, no, I'm going Kindle Unlimited because I specifically wanted to go wide with Deepwater just because I wanted to see what that would look like. Now the thing with Kindle Unlimited, for those of you who are unaware, Kindle Unlimited means my ebooks can only be sold on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot list my ebooks anywhere but Amazon. Print books, they can be anywhere. But ebooks have to be Amazon exclusive. But people then pay a monthly charge to be in Kindle Unlimited, and then they can just download whatever books they want. And then the authors get paid by page reads. So if you're in Kindle Unlimited, read from the very first page all the way until you cannot press any further into the book. That way the author gets the most out of your purchase or of your read. So just FYI. But that's where romance readers live. And that's what I've learned. Because a lot of people that want to buy my book won't, because they are just in Kindle Unlimited, and that is their budget for books. And that's fair. So I'm going Kindle Unlimited. Deepwater goes in first of the year, and that's where Price Check on Love is starting. So
exciting.
But you can still buy the ebook if you don't belong to Kindle Unlimited. You just have to buy it from Amazon, which I was trying to avoid because I was hoping that Deepwater would do better out in the wide realm than it has, because of the fact that I know there are a lot of people who don't want to give money to Amazon, which is fair.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Physical copies, if you buy them from anywhere but Amazon, those physical copies come from Ingram Spark, not Amazon Print Press or whatever they call it. Amazon Press, Kindle Press, whatever they call it. KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. There it is. Kindle Direct Publishing. It comes from Ingram Spark. So if you buy my physical books from anywhere like Barnes and Noble or things like that, Amazon doesn't get any money. So, but ebooks will have to be Amazon. So it's weird being trying to figure out the business of it all. And Kay gets to watch me struggle. So I walk so Kay can run. Though I don't know dark romance, if you're going to market it as dark romance, that would absolutely obviously do better in Kindle Unlimited as well. So.
Which is unfortunate, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you what you want to do. So, but yeah. So that was a big decision. And I played with a few different marketing options, like ways that I could do it, like starting stuff wide and then going to Kindle Unlimited. But then you miss out on Amazon pushing your book when it releases Kindle Unlimited immediately. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for 90 days, then go wide. But then I'm like, that's just too complicated. So I'm just like, you know what? Nope. I'm just gonna do Kindle Unlimited. I'm not gonna do a hybrid model. I'm just gonna go Kindle Unlimited. So Amazon sad because no money.
Amazon want money.
Poor Amazon, don't get your money.
Amazon want the money. Oh, poor Amazon.
I don't know. I'm still salty about them buying Borders just so they can close it.
That was stupid.
I'm still salty. Guess what I saw on my ride home? On my drive home.
What?
Guess what we're finally getting in the state of Minnesota?
What?
Books A Million.
Oh, I didn't tell you. There's a Caribou now.
Wait, Texas is getting a Caribou and I'm getting a Books A Million?
Yeah. I saw the advertisement. I was like, oh, okay.
I told Mom, I go, man, now I regret not joining their club when I was down in Texas. They'd asked, I was like, we don't have those in Minnesota.
He's like, oh, okay.
Now we do.
Now
well,
you do.
it's coming soon still. But yeah, I saw the BAM, and then I saw it under it, Books A Million, and I went, oh my God. And my mom's like, what? No way, we're getting a Books A Million. She's like, what's a Books A Million? I'm like, it's like Barnes and Noble, but better. So I guess I know where I'm going to buy physical books when I go to the store. Because that's not too far where they're building it. It's not too far from my house. So
we love it.
Now I'm curious.
Yeah, I won't say where the Caribou is.
No, that's fine. I'm looking it up.
Oh. Yeah, I was really surprised. I was like, wait, isn't that? And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. It's the one that you talked about. So I was like, oh, okay. Right? I spin.
It's a drive-through or walk-up only.
There's a lot of those down here, just coffee shops, and we got little coffee shops, thing called HTO, so it's like tea and stuff, and then we've got a soda mixing one, which is really good. And they're just these tiny little drive up or walk in, pick up your thing, and leave.
Yeah, when I was in Stevens Point, Wisconsin for No Brand Con, which was the last convention I staffed, right outside of my hotel was a Caribou that was just a drive-through.
They're just so, I mean, it makes sense because after COVID, a lot of people are just now pick up your order, get it delivered, or just drive through. So
yeah. Caribous are in Kansas? Really?
Or the little drive-through things.
Oh, the little drive-through things, maybe. Because as far as I was under the understanding, when I worked, this could be changed because I haven't worked for Caribou in 10 years. But when I worked for Caribou, they were purchased by a company. I don't remember the name of it, but they were purchased by one of those hedge fund kind of companies.
Yeah.
And so was Pete's Coffee. And so where Caribou did well, they oh yeah, okay, the drive-through things. Thank you for clarifying. Where Caribou did well, they would keep the stores of Caribou, and where Caribou's did not do well, they would transition those to Pete's Coffee. is how that worked. And so where caribous did well were in airports, and all of Minnesota, because it's from here. It's based out of Minneapolis. And again, not a shocker, Western Wisconsin. Because again, proximity to Minnesota. And in Minnesotans, we are very proud of the things that are from here, except for Best Buy and Target. But anyway, so we used to be proud of Target until, recent things.
Right.
And so for the most part, caribous pretty much disappeared except for airports, Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. A few random ones like in Denver, I guess it did well in Denver. So if I do move to Colorado, apparently I'll still have caribous if I look hard enough.
Hey.
And okay, well, that's good to know that there is one in Oklahoma. Didn't know that there was one in Oklahoma. So.
Surprise. I didn't either.
I've never been to Oklahoma, ?
I have.
Yeah, I don't think I've been to Oklahoma.
We had family there.
I was trying to remember if I drove through it at one point for whatever road trip I might have been on at some point, but no.
May have.
Not Oklahoma.
Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like the one in particular that you probably saw is opening soon. Based on where it is.
Yeah.
Knowing where you exist.
Yes.
One of your existences. I'll say that.
My existence in a realm, in a place, at a time.
All I'm saying is you live in Texas. And Texas is a fairly large state.
I mean, I do have a cowboy hat. It's right there. It's not like an actual.
I was gonna say, isn't it illegal to not have a cowboy hat if you live in Texas?
It is. You get.
It's kind of like why they didn't find out that I was born lactose intolerant until we moved back to Minnesota when I was 4. Because I think it's illegal in the state of Wisconsin to be lactose intolerant.
I think so too. I think I read it somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, it's opening soon. Again, I'm guessing based on putting in the name of a city that I know.
Yes. We can discuss it later.
Yeah.
And I will confirm later.
Yeah. But there is one.
I was shocked when I saw the billboard. I was like, oh, okay. Neat.
It was so funny. I saw a TikTok of a guy being like, I've never seen a caribou coffee before. It was like one of those like food reviewers.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, let's try out this caribou. I think it must be a small family owned business. And I'm like, bitch.
Do some research, bro.
I mean, it is still technically family owned, but it is not a small business.
Right? Like, no, it's kind of a big deal.
And he really liked it. And I was like, yeah, we all love it. And literally every single like comment in like on the video was like, come to Minnesota. They're everywhere. It's like Starbucks. There's one in every corner.
That's
like
so
literally
funny.
I think there's like 5 in the Mall of America alone. I think.
What?
Let me look it up.
Oh, I say that. There was like 2 Chick-fil-A's at one point in one of the malls that we have. So
yeah, and I literally okay, yeah. So Mall of America Transit Hub, Mall of America third floor south. That's one I usually go to if I go to Caribou in the mall. First floor north. Which one is that? Is that the new one? That might be the new one.
Here's another. Oh my gosh.
Second floor north. That might be the new one, actually. Okay, there's only 4.
That's still a lot.
There used to be one in Nickelodeon Universe, the park. There used to be one inside the park. So maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe.
For a little bit, there was 2 right across the street from each other in Richfield. Then they closed one of them.
Aw.
And that was the one I worked. One of the ones I worked at was one of the ones they closed. Was the one they closed. Because then it goes to the MSP airport.
Ah,
Because if you guys don't know, the Mall of America is really close to the airport.
no surprise.
But there's 1, 2. Okay, there's only 2 at the airport. One in each. Wait, no, they're both in Terminal 2. There isn't one in Terminal 1. Scandal.
Illegal activities.
Lindbergh's bigger. You'd think that there would be one in Lindbergh.
You would think, but
Do I only ever fly out of Humphrey?
surprise,
I
surprise.
always get caribou before I literally got. Well, I did not get caribou when I went to Texas, but I did get caribou when I went to Colorado. Had that really tasteless wrap when I went to Texas. Oh, this is the one that's still open. That used to be right across the street from another one.
Oh, that's so funny.
In Richfield. Yeah. Oh, there is one in Terminal 1. It just all of a sudden. Okay, there's 2, 3, 4. There are 4 in the Lindbergh terminal at MSP.
Gosh.
So in total, that means there are 6 at the MSP International Airport.
My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So they're nationwide for the beans that they sell. So they're nationwide for that. My friend Jeremy, who lives in Arizona, he will often text me pictures of whenever he's at the grocery store, and he's like, "Look what I found." It's a caribou.
Looky.
He's like, "Do you like this one?" Like, I don't drink any of them. It was working at Caribou that helped me realize that I cannot drink caffeine. So that's wild. Guess where there is another one?
Where?
It's not open to the public though.
Aw.
Which, to be fair, like those were the hot ticket ones, the ones that are in office buildings.
Ooh.
Because they're only open as long as the office is open, but it's in Best Buy. The Best Buy corporate campus. There's one at the Best Buy corporate campus.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
It's not open to the public, and it's closed today.
Huh.
Which again, it's whenever the office building is open.
That makes sense. Monday through Friday.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through all of the. Oh, there's one I used to work at right here. It's the ones in Byerly's and Egan, right next door to my old PetSmart, because that's not traumatic.
Ah! Is there one in the Pentagon?
Oh my god.
Is
I don't know. I'm just looking through the Twin Cities right now.
Let's find out. Let's see.
Here's the first one I worked at. The one in Egan on Cliff Road. I don't mind sharing all this because I don't work at these places anymore.
I'm just gonna. Oh my gosh, why is everything so bright? I'm gonna shrink.
Ew. Now we're in Edina. Ugh. Every day I need attention. There's only one in Edina. In all of Edina? No, there's 2. Okay, never mind. I take that back. There are multiple. Sorry, I'm really. Oh, hey. That's the one near my office. I've been to that one. That one's also closed today because it's inside of an office building. And that office building is closed.
There is not one inside the Pentagon. Can confirm.
There is one.
There's a Starbucks in the Pentagon. Or by the Pentagon.
There's one inside the Vikings training facility. And that seems to be open to the public. So.
Oh, interesting. All of these are permanently closed. That's in Washington. That's tragic.
Where do we have a Lund's and Byerly's in this town? Oh. Sorry, I'm seriously going through like all of the Twin Cities right now. Literally.
I love how it's like
Actually, it's
over
still pretty
there.
South Metro, but huh?
There's one in Florida.
Is there one in Florida? Where?
There's one in Florida. Where in Lutz, Florida?
Yeah, that list was all pretty much just South Metro.
It's mostly like northern.
All right, let's control and scroll. What
There's one in the DFW airport. Hey.
Yeah, I saw that. I just want to open it up. Like, can I just do a full search of the entire? Yeah. Search this area.
Pumpkin spice latte, let's go. I'm not big on pumpkin spice. But I'm also like not big on pumpkin in general. I know it tastes different, but like, man. There we go.
Oh, there are a few in Florida.
Oh, I only saw one. But of course, I did like.
Yeah, they're all in the Tampa area.
That makes sense. That's where all the tourism is.
Yeah, on the Gulf of Mexico. Ew. They must use Google. Oh, they do use Google Maps. I went to go see what they call the Gulf of Mexico.
Somebody had a Gulf of America shirt, and I was like, no.
Somebody
was it a hat?
Somebody I talked to called it Gulf of America on the phone with me one time, and I'm like, because one of my clients is based out of Texas, specifically Houston, which is, you know, by the Gulf.
Mm-hmm. I know where Houston is.
you might not.
Please, I know where the big cities are. Don't worry. I know where the big places be.
Sounds like a plan. So funny, because my job has PO boxes in El Paso, people assume on that client specifically, the one that's based out of Texas, they're like, "Oh, so you live in El Paso?" And I'm like, "No."
No.
I live in Minnesota.
Actually pretty far from El Paso.
One of my employees actually outright lied and said that she lives in Houston. And I'm like, that's fine.
Why?
People you live in Houston.
Oh no. That might backfire.
Yeah, I work with 2 companies based out of Texas, actually.
Ooh.
So the other one is more well known, which is why I don't mind saying the name of it. Comerica Bank. I'm sure you've seen them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're all over Texas, but they are from Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. I don't pay attention to banks.
I only do because I work with one.
See, that makes sense. I'm just like, that's a bank. Sure. Okay. That building looks like a building for a bank. They just have this look.
We used to have a bank in the Twin Cities called TCF, which was just stood for Twin Cities Federal. And it was bought out by Huntington because nobody wanted to bank there.
You're like, no, this looks shady.
They were. I did not like work. I banked out of TCF at one point because when I lived in St. Cloud when I was in college, they had a very specific like deal for college students. And so they had a bank on campus. They had a deal with St. Cloud State for the whole MnSCU system, Minnesota State Colleges and Universities, the whole MnSCU system. which St. Cloud State was part of the MnSCU system. The University of Minnesota is not. So I don't know if they have the same thing at University of Minnesota, but it was so funny. My friend goes, University of Minnesota is part of MnSCU. I'm like, no, it's literally not. There is the U and there's MnSCU. Those are two very different things. Anyway, so but yeah, they were right there on like day one being like, want to sign up? And I was like, I need a bank. Sure. Because the bank I used was specifically, it was called Brainerd Savings and Loan because I lived in the Brainerd Lakes area. And that's like an hour and a half north of where St. Cloud is. So I'm like, guess I should have a bank nearby. So that's what ended up happening. And then I regretted it.
Oh, no.
And then I was with another bank down here in the Twin Cities. Actually, not super far from where I was. Actually, I went pretty much right by where that bank is. And then I switched to a credit union, and I've been there ever since. They took a lot of money just in general. Like they had ways of skimming money from people. That's why people didn't want to bank with them.
Yeah, no. It's like, I want my money. I don't want you to want my money.
They fell into one of those kinds of banks that had checks clear in a very specific way. If you remember that whole drama from about 15 years ago, when there were a group of banks that were found to have checks clear in such a way that forced people to overdraft. And they were one of them. Technically, it wasn't illegal what they did. So, yeah. So I overdrafted a lot, even though I shouldn't have. I budgeted very well living in St. Cloud, and yet I overdrafted every month. So I came down here, and my dad got me a bank account at the bank that he used to bank at. So I don't even remember the name of it. I'd have to Google it. It's in Chanhassen? Yeah, I think it's in Chanhassen. I'll name any city in the Twin Cities area. I will not confirm or deny which city I live in. I live in Minneapolis. We'll just say that.
You live in a city.
I live in Minneapolis.
Dice. Pretty dice.
I don't actually.
Pretty dice.
But if I say I live in Minneapolis, people will go to Minneapolis if they want to find me. They won't find me.
I know where to find you.
You do know where to find me. You literally know my address.
I know your exact address. I could go now, except it costs too much money. Oh, I just dropped. Okay, that's fine. I'm dropping things. It's fine. I'm just looking through my dice. Lots of dice. Pretty dice.
I do love the joke that I see all the time about living in the Twin Cities, especially the South Metro, when people are like, I live in this city. Like, Bloomington's a good example because Bloomington is where the Mall of America is. So like, I live in Bloomington. Where's that? Just south of Minneapolis. Where's that? I live at the Mall of America.
That's funny.
I see that post a lot. I live in Burnsville. Where's that? Near Minneapolis. Where's that? The Mall of America. It works for literally any city in the South Metro. And by that, I mean cities that are south of the Twin Cities.
This dice looks tasty.
Say it looks tasty?
It does. It looks tasty. It looks like a candy.
Okay.
They just look yummy. I think I just want a sweet treat.
I'm getting a little hungry, so I do think I want to end this soon and get a snack.
Snack.
Plus, it's already almost 5. Jesus.
It is already almost 5, yeah. Gummy dice. I want to get One of the players in the D&D group keeps saying that they're gonna buy like gummy dice and then just randomly like eat it without telling us that they bought gummy dice. Like that would be hilarious.
Oh. There was a YouTuber that was from Minnesota, where she cleaned out an empty thing of like stick deodorant and then put, I think it was like either cream cheese or ricotta cheese or something in it instead, and formed it to make it look like deodorant, and just made this whole YouTube video where she was just eating deodorant. It was really funny. She deleted all of her videos though.
That's funny.
I remember her real name, but I don't remember like her username.
That's funny.
Let me Google her.
Googly boogly.
American comedian.
American
Spricket 24. That was her name.
That sounds familiar.
Oh, hey, she actually has some videos up again. I don't think she's got the deodorant one though. Oh my God, she does.
Oh, her. Okay. I remember her face. I didn't watch her very much, but I remember her face.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Do y'all want me to share my screen?
Yes.
We can watch it together.
We're watching it together.
Share screen. Okay. Share screen. And we're gonna do that. And we're gonna share audio. Share. Okay. So this is the video. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
If you've seen these commercials for Secret.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't. But that's fine. I know what she says.
Antiperspirant. They used to have the slogan "Strong enough for
It's
a man,
short.
but pH balance for a woman," and now their slogan is basically women that have a secret to tell. And I guess they also use the deodorant or something. So I figure, I think these secrets are really lame. There was one where the girl's like, "Oh, I played spin the bottle and I kissed my first boy," and then the mom was like, "Oh, I already knew that." And then the other one, the chick doesn't even tell me what her secret is. So it's like, okay, wait a minute.
Hold on. It's actually bothering me that I can't hear it. So I think I just need to change out my my audio settings. Come over here. Speakers. There we go. Okay.
I want a secret.
There we go.
I want a real secret. So I figured,
Oops.
because these commercials are infuriating me, that perhaps, because I use secret, perhaps I should make my own commercial. And because I don't have any fancy cameras or editing software or anything, I figured I'd just shoot it off the cuff.
Maybe this is not it. I don't know.
And I think it might work. So, okay, commercial. I use Secret Solid. I think it smells really good. And I use it in the morning.
Oh, I think it
after
is.
my shower. And I use it every day. And it works really good. And, yeah. And my big secret is that I eat it. So after, I'm done, I just have a nice little bite of it, or two, and yeah, I like it. It tastes pretty good. Sometimes I spread it on crackers, and other times I just eat it straight from the, whatever this is, can or whatever we call it, bar. It's good stuff. That's my secret.
Anyway, so
that's funny.
Yeah, I like it. But she would do just very random things like that in her videos, and it's really funny. I liked her, but she doesn't post anymore.
Yeah.
So many of those like OG YouTubers, just didn't, if they didn't get to that like million subscriber count and like go to the VidCon thing,
Mhm.
they really fell off the map, you
Yeah.
know.
But I
And she was
mean,
here and not Los Angeles, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So anyway, at one point she did explain it. She was like, I can't remember if it was cream cheese or ricotta, but it was some kind of like white cheesy thing.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, should we end it?
We should end it.
Cool. So just to remind everybody, the prompt is, in the future, a household appliance gains sentience. How do the inhabitants of the house react? I'm going to clearly talk about my new dishwasher. Kay's goal, work on the second draft of Bloodlust and do the writing prompt. Or try, you know. Mine is going to be finish the first draft of Having Fans and do something creative every day as well, and then hopefully do the writing prompt as well. Looks like Kay picked our next stream date as September 20th, 2025 at 2 p.m. Same bat channel, same bat time. I think I did that in the wrong order.
Yeah, it's same bat time,
same bat channel.
Same bat time.
Hopefully I won't be late next time.
Hopefully not. Hopefully your internet's not combusting.
Or I'm late coming back from Waconia.
We'll find out.
I shouldn't be in Waconia that day. I don't know why I would be.
Who knows? You just decide randomly. You're like,
you know what? I'm just gonna go to Waconia. There was one day where I drove out to Sovereign because I had wine, and the wine I decided to drink was my dad's really expensive bottle of wine, and I forgot. He was like, "I was saving that." He was like, so I drove out to Sovereign in Waconia, drove out to Sovereign and picked it up. Literally just drove out there, picked it up, and left. And my dad saw it sitting on the car, went, "You seriously drove out to Waconia?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh my God, why?" It's like, to replace your bottle of wine. He's like, "You could have done that the next time we actually just went there." It's like,
meh.
I know.
I wanted to.
I called them before I went to know that they actually had it in stock, though.
Smart.
Because that would have been very upsetting if I'd gone all the way out to Waconia and been like, they don't have it in stock.
No.
Fuck. That's right. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us for this accidentally late stream. But here we go. We'll see y'all next month. Bye.
Bye.